if you want to earn in the victory cash cups, you need to avoid these mistakes, because 99% of people fall into the trap of following these 7 mistakes that I'll go over in this video, and it completely stops you from being able to get earnings. But if you avoid every single one, you're guaranteed to improve 10 times faster and have a way better chance of making earnings this season. But before I go over these mistakes, I'm giving away $100 for completely free. If you want to enter, all you have to do is join my Discord, The Pro Reality. The link is in the description, and then go to the media channel and post a picture of you using code Blexiti in the Fortnite item shop, and that will get you 1 entry to the giveaway. But if you want to double your chances of winning the $100, then all you have to do is post a video of you using code Blexiti whilst buying the new season's battle pass, and you'll double your chances. There's more information in the announcements channel of my Discord, so make sure to join if you want to enter. The first mistake you need to avoid is going down the wrong path, otherwise known as the comfort grind, because most people go down the wrong path and it completely ruins any chances of them improving fast. They grind the game but not properly. They do the fun stuff but not the stuff that leads to improvement. What you need to do if you want to improve faster is follow path 2, which is the intentional grind, where your routine has a focus and where your time works for you to help you improve. That's why some people can go pro with just 4 to 5 hours a day, just like how Curly went pro just playing around 4 to 6 hours a day. And this path, the intentional grind, is the path you need to be on if you're serious about improving. And to make sure you're on the right path, you need to follow these 2 fundamentals. First is to find out your weaknesses and then work on these weaknesses in your routine, because if you don't do this, I truly believe that you will never go pro. And if you don't know how to do this, then I built multiple trackers and even made multiple videos on how to find your weaknesses and how to use these trackers I built to build yourself an improvement plan, which I guarantee will help you improve faster than anything else you could imagine. Before I tell you where to get this, I just want to say, make sure you avoid every single trap in this video, because I promise you, if you do, you'll improve way faster. Anyway, if you want the progression tracker bundle, which has fully customizable weakness trackers, tournament trackers, goal trackers, and even step-by-step videos teaching you how to find your weaknesses, but most importantly, use them to improve a lot faster. To get this all today, click the link in the description or scan the QR code on screen. But now let's get back to fundamental 2 of the intentional grind, which is never making excuses. But listen closely, because I have a trick I haven't seen in any other YouTube videos. But the more you take accountability when you die and say, what did I do wrong, instead of blaming something else like getting third-partied or blaming your teammate, because the reality is that even if you get third-partied, that is still your fault, because 1, you could have just killed the third-party team as well, and 2, you probably took a fight in a bad position which led to you getting third-partied in the first place. This is just an example, but I think you get the point, and I also know that a lot of you can't help making excuses, so just keep in mind the most important thing, which is to just make sure you look back at the game after, even if in the moment you did think it was unlucky, because 9 times out of 10 you'll realize that you made a mistake, and you'll realize what you could have done to avoid dying that game. VOD reviewing is one of the most powerful tricks to improving faster, yet no one does it, which is just like this next mistake, because a lot of people don't move properly when making a peak. But if you avoid this, you will win a lot more fights. All it comes down to is wrong peak movement. Now, most people know how to make a good peak, but they still mess up on the most crucial part, which is using your movement to get into a good position before doing anything else, like confirming the edit. Because even if you make the right peak for the right scenario, if you're not behind cover, making the right peak is pointless. So before confirming the edit, use your movement to get into a good position before doing anything else. You can practice this slowly in creative, but obviously you need to be doing this flawlessly in real games, because if you have to stop and slowly move behind cover every time you make a peak in a real game, you won't win many fights against actual good players. So practice this a lot in creative first. You can just do the peak training section in Raiders Mechanics training map for 10 minutes per day, making sure that every peek and movement is optimal every time you peek before you confirm the edit. Something else that most players do wrong is not playing reactive whilst playing defensive. Essentially, when you're playing defensive, just slow down and try not to make any plays straight away. Just hold your shotgun out and play reactively. So react to the mistakes your opponent does, wait for them to get in a bad spot when they're pressuring you, and when they make a mistake, that's when you should react and go for a play. So ideally, don't just go for an open wide edit straight away, unless your opponent makes a mistake like swinging his pickaxe on your wall. But also, don't be afraid to disengage if you get the chance and can't win the fight. I'll go over how to do this properly later in the video, but first, a lot of players end up getting third-partied, focused by someone else, or lobby sprayed just because they don't know where to take fights. And a simple trick you can follow is the dead side rule, where you just keep people at the dead side of zone and where you fight behind where other players are. So if there's a team spraying you and you're fighting a team, you want to be behind the person you're fighting and the person spraying, making the person you're fighting in between you and the person spraying. This means they'll be the one getting focused by two people and not you, and it also means you'll be able to fight the person you're already fighting a lot easier because they'll also be getting pressured by the other team spraying and they'll also be getting pressured by you. But it also means you won't be the one getting sprayed and griefed by that other team. Just avoid fighting in areas with lots of players rotating in and choose fights in less congested areas to reduce the risk of third parties. Next up, a lot of players do what's fun rather than doing the stuff that could be seen as not fun or potentially boring. But this is also the stuff that's going to help you improve a lot faster. And if you're watching this video, it's probably because you want to improve. So if you take one thing away from this video, just remember to take action, because you can watch all the improvement videos you want, but if you never take action on the advice, then it will never help you. So if you really want to improve, then just lock in and start getting the best practice possible. And here's exactly how to do that depending on what you play. First, in creative, try and find people better than you or around your skill level to practice fighting against better players, because the harder it is to beat your opponent, the more you'll try and the more you'll be punished for your mistakes. And after some time, you'll start playing a lot better because you won't make any silly mistakes in your real games simply because you're fighting good players in creative. If you just went up against people worse than you, then you could get away with a lot more mistakes, meaning you'll also repeat their mistakes in real games, most of the time without you even knowing. And then before you know it, you'll be back in the lobby. And when it comes to scrims, try and get into the highest division possible. So if you're still playing Noble Opens on the EU region, then try to get into Division 3 of Noble EU at the minimum. And the same goes for the scrim server of your specific region if you're not from Europe. And also keep in mind, you'll improve a lot faster by playing lots of creative with good players compared to playing lots of ranked. But real quick, let's talk about making excuses. Now, I did talk a little bit about this towards the start of the video, so I'll just cover the most important things as quickly as possible. Essentially, you always want to take accountability and you always want to look back at your games to figure out how you died and to learn more about the game. Because game sense is truly the thing that will separate an average competitive player from an actual pro player. So if you just make excuses all the time, then all you're going to do is limit yourself. Speaking of which, a lot of players limit their tournament placements and place a lot worse than they actually could because of one simple reason. Before I tell you, if you're enjoying the video, then please make sure to like and subscribe and join the Pro Reality for the best free improvement resources, and also use code Blexiti in the Fortnite item shop so I can keep making videos just like these ones. Anyway, now let's go over a big mistake a lot of competitive players make, just being too scared to disengage in the first place. Lots of players just fight and fight until they've completely griefed themselves and griefed the team you are fighting, all to just ruin your game and ruin your chances of placing good that tournament. But if you know you can't win a fight, you probably should just disengage from that fight. And lots of players are just scared to run away, but 9 times out of 10 you'll probably be able to disengage if you have to. to. So all it takes is the confidence and the knowledge on when you should disengage. So if your enemy is just boxed up and not doing anything, and you're fairly low on mats and you can disengage, you probably should try to disengage. If you want to learn 5 more lies you've been told which are holding you back from going pro, then watch this video here. But before you go, make sure to like and subscribe, and check out the Fortnite Progression Tracker bundle by clicking the link in the description.